We know that we need finance, and the bulk of it needs to be from wealthy countries to developing nations like ours. This is part of the international response to the climate crisis. But what is fair climate finance? Fair finance conversations started when smaller island nation states asked for compensation for the loss and damage caused by a changing climate. This means industrialized nations would need to provide resources to address this problem, admitting that their development has caused injustice. Fair finance is finance that will start us on a transition away from carbon-intensive activities, the biggest cause of climate change. In South Africa, this means the move away from coal mining and an energy system of burning coal or fossil fuels towards clean, renewably generated electricity. Coal is an integral part of our economic system. There are social and economic repercussions of the transition, from those for coal miners and their families, to the informal jobs associated in the coal sector, to truck drivers transporting coal, to the whole power generation network that will be impacted. A just transition is one where losses in the transition are mitigated and addressed with meaningful alternatives for workers and communities. The Just Energy Transition Partnership, or the $8.5 billion deal for South Africa, is meant to address both issues of the transition and issues of justice. So how can it work? Here are our principles that we stand by. Number 1, this is compensation for people. If we have to pay it back, how much of it can we use for just outcomes? With our existing debt as a country, we don't know what the implications will be with a national loan. 2, transparency. Tell us, how much is available? How will money be dispersed? How will people access it? 3, it needs to be fair. Those affected by the transformation of the energy sector need to be able to shape the nature of funding for a truly resilient future. 4, accountability. Will the money be used for what its stated use is? Who is going to keep track and with what mechanisms? 5, civil society participation. We need to be part of the negotiations to shape this publicly accountable deal in the public interest. We want an open, democratic process where we are part of the decision-making on how climate finance will help us achieve a transformed energy system. We want it to be progressive. We need climate justice to be at the heart of any financing deal. So what can you do?